What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Speaking of great days, it's a beautiful day today. The sun is out. It's gorgeous outside today. Still a little chilly, a little on the chilly side, but it's beautiful. I love days like this where it's just straight up nice out. It makes you want to just hop in a car, go sit on the porch, go take a ride. That's the type of day it is today. Minus the little chilliness, but still, I can get over that. I love me a good nice sunny day. That's why I can't wait for spring to come. Spring, if you know, is one of my favorite times of year is the spring. It's super clear outside, beautiful. It's just the weather in springtime is insane because it's a good mixture of cold, warm that I like. You know what I mean? I don't like winter and summer with all that cold and all that heat. It's just too much. So spring gives me a good balance of both. So I'm a big fan of that. So getting into this episode of General Hospital, just be prepared. I'm about to talk some shit. I feel like today is a shit talking day because I feel like it was that kind of episode with certain characters. It was nice of Michael and Willow to take Wiley to go see Nina. It was nice. My thing is, I know some people are saying, I noticed that on Twitter, some people were saying, why is Willow being so nice to Nina or doing anything for Nina after what Nina did to her? Like, yeah, Nina's true. Nina put that girl through the ringer. She was totally disrespectful to her. She outed her child with Shiloh publicly so Shiloh could hear it. But you know what? What I noticed and observed of Willow, she's not a mean-spirited person. She has a big heart, clearly. She's a very forgiving person to an extent. Um, and I think that she pretty much forgave Nina for all the crap that Nina pulled on her previously. Like she forgave it because she's a forgiving person. That's her heart. That's just how she is. She's just a genuine kind of person. And that's what I do like about Willow. She's not one to really hold a grudge. I mean, come on, look at everything everybody else has put her through, like Sasha and Chase, and she's forgiven them. That's just her. She's a kind-hearted person. So I guess she forgave Nina. And Nina was pleasantly surprised and happy to see Wiley and, get to spend some time with him, watch some videos on the computer with him and stuff like that. Um, which was nice until Carly showed up. Carly had to show up and ruin the whole thing because when Carly showed up, she was just in horror when she saw Wiley with Nina. Because that's the last thing Carly wanted. She even told Jason that she really didn't want um, Nina around Wiley because she didn't want Wiley. She didn't want Nina projecting her dislike of Carly onto Wiley. I don't really see Nina doing that per se. I mean, you never really know, but I don't see it for right now. I don't think she would. Um, but Carly just kind of ruined the moment when she showed up. Michael was hoping that with bringing Wiley there, it would get Nina to like back off of Carly and this vendetta that she has with Carly right now. That's what he was hoping for. And I think after Nina's conversation with Maxie, I think she was willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? Before Michael even said anything or brought the kid by, I think she was willing to let that go. Because my thing was, somebody asked me in the comments, would I let it go if that was my child? I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as like claiming that my kid was murdered if they really weren't murdered, Nell was not murdered. So why should she try to have them locked up for murder when that's not what they did? Well, that's not what Carly did. Carly did not kill that girl. So I can't sit there and want you to be punished for something that you did not do. You know what I mean? If you did it, then yeah, I would want you punished. But if you didn't, then no. For what? That's just petty vengeance. The hell would I do that for? Um, so Carly pretty much come in there with her little controlling ass trying to tell Michael and Willow, oh, isn't it a little past Wiley's bedtime? And the way Michael and Willow just took the kid and just hurried the hell out of there. I'm like, are you serious, Michael? You are a grown ass man making your own money. not living under your mama's roof. You're living under your grandmama's roof, but you're not living with your mama. So therefore, you do not have to listen to Carly. Man up. Man up and tell your mother to mind her business. That's your child. You know what I'm saying? That is your son. And yeah, he may be up a little past his bedtime, so what? That's not for her to dictate. Who the hell does Carly think she is? Mind your business. Why don't you go home and see how your baby is doing? That's what you need to worry about. You have a child at home, an infant. That's who you need to be worried about. That make sure that that child is in bed. You don't need to worry about what your grandson is over here doing. That's not your child. Mind your business. And automatically, Carly came in there on the defensive. Automatically, she came in there. Oh, well, that could be your last time spending time with your grandson or whatever. I'm like, Carly, don't start with your threats. Do not start. See, this is what I think Nina should do. This is what I think Nina should do. Nina should go to the courts, petition for DNA. I think she needs to. I know she thinks that she's Wiley's grandmother and Nell's mother, but you need to get DNA confirmation first, just to have it as more proof. Get your DNA, and that way you can set up some visitation with your grandson. So that way you don't have to deal with Carly, because technically she don't have to deal with Carly. Michael is the parent. Michael and Willow at this point are the parents. You don't have to deal with Carly. Carly is have no authority whatsoever on how much time or if you spend time with Wiley. That's not up to Carly. Carly need to go sit down. Because Carly's sitting there talking about, oh, if you keep spinning out of control the way that you're doing, you're going to lose everything. And Carly, please go sit down somewhere. Like, this controlling shit that she's under. The problem with Carly, and this is why I love when Nina lashed out at her and Jax, when she basically said that everybody, this is Carly's world and everybody just lives in it. She was speaking the truth. I will say that Nina was definitely on point, because it was so true. Carly does whatever the fuck Carly wants to do because people have enabled her to be that way. Jax, Jason, Sonny, and that's why she does what she does and get away with it, because her last name is Corinthos and because she has the backing of Sonny and Jason. That's why she feels she can go around town, say whatever she want, do whatever she want. No, ma'am. No, and it's time somebody put her in her place. Like, I don't give a damn what your last name is. Your last name could be Satchmo. I could give a damn. You are not the queen bee around here to think that you can talk to people any kind of way, dictate who gets to be a parent or grandparent. That is not your call. Go sit your ass down and go worry about your child. Go worry about your village of children. That's what you need to go do. And most of her kids are grown. Why are you worried? Why are you up in other people's business, Carly? Go sit down. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Nina has her controlling ways too. I mean, Lord knows. We've seen how Nina was when she was Charlotte's stepmother. She was the worst. But you know what? Nina just needs to not pay Carly any mind. You know what I mean? Like, don't pay her no attention. Just forget it. So moving on from that, I could definitely see something going on between Robert and Olivia at some point. Definitely. The chemistry between Robert and Olivia is definitely there. I don't know what they plan on doing with her and Ned. I really have no clue. But I could see her and Robert doing a little something, something. It was so funny because when Alexis showed up to the house, Robert was like, yo, what are you doing here? Robert was looking at Alexis like, talking to her like, why are you here? You tried to kill this woman's son. You slept with her husband. Why are you in this household? Like, why are you here? Go home. He was not about to go home. I mean, Alexis wasn't about to go home. Alexis said, look, I need to talk to Olivia. And Olivia came in here willing to talk to her. She was like, you got something to say it. Come on, hurry up. Basically, Alexis wants forgiveness. You know, she wants to let bygones be bygones. I don't see Olivia doing that right now. I don't. I really don't. And honestly, I can't say that I blame Olivia. I mean, you slept with her man when she tried to be a supportive friend to you. You slept with her husband. You damn near killed her son, even though it was accidental. It was on accident, but still, it's like you did it while you were intoxicated. And Olivia has bent over backwards trying to help this woman. And you spit in her face more than a couple times. So I can understand why she don't want you around. And she might want to do something about you. Because basically Alexis feels like she wants to be the type of friend that Olivia deserves and stuff, but Olivia is not really in a forgiving mood these days. She's not all that forgiving, so who knows what's gonna happen with that one. Um, I think one day Olivia might get to the point where she starts forgiving Alexis. Will it be today? More than likely, no. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but I commend Alexis for trying at the very least, but it's just gonna take a little bit more time for that one. Hold out prayer. You might want to pray on it a little bit. So anyway, moving on from that. So Michael and Willow get back to the house, and they're patting themselves on the back for what they did for Nina and whatnot. But they pretty much made it clear, Michael and Willow made it clear that for the foreseeable future, I don't know why they're having that conversation, but for the foreseeable future, they're still going to date other people. I don't know, that seemed like a weird conversation to have because I thought they were already at that understanding, so I don't understand why they keep talking about it. So anyway, moving on from them, Maxie and Britt are still at the Port Charles Grill, and Maxie, I was loving her yesterday when she was talking some sense into Nina, but of course Maxie reverts back to her old ways again. And pretty much she's not here for any anti-Peter, comments or whatever. I'm like, Maxie, get over it. People don't like your fiance. Be done with it. Britt was pretty much doing and saying whatever she could to keep Maxie from going home and to keep her from trying to get Peter to go home, because that's exactly what Maxie was trying to do. She was trying to call Peter, text Peter to, just tell him to meet her at the house or whatever, yada, yada, yada. But Britt was like, nah, I need you to stay here because Obrecht is still at the apartment. So she was like, nah, I need you to stay. We need to talk. So she started bringing up how Maxie was having cold feet and stuff like that, because Maxie keeps running around trying to convince everybody, oh, Peter's great, Peter's this, Peter's that. And I agree with Britt. If you really believe that, or if you really didn't care what other people thought, you wouldn't keep trying to get people to be on your side on this. You know what I mean? Like, and I agree. It's like, who are you trying to convince that Peter's so good? Why are you going so hard to convince people? Are you convincing other people, or are you trying to convince yourself? Because deep down, you have a feeling that what you're saying is not totally true. And I think that's what it is with Maxie. Because she keep talking about, oh, Peter's going to prove everyone wrong and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, Maxie, please hush. Because little do Maxie know, Peter's actually proving everybody right about now. So you might want to bite your tongue on that one. And Anna, I mean, when Peter first came to Anna's house, I was wondering what Anna's goal was. Like, did she really think Peter was going to confess all his sins to her right there? Because because she's sitting there talking about, oh, is there anything that you want to say to me? Anything you want to tell me? Now's the time to tell me. He was like, no, because she basically still has the papers that connects him to the assassin that was trying to kill Maddox and Franco. And he basically told her, he was like, oh, you should get rid of that. You should burn that. I'm not connected to that. So he ends up throwing that shit into the fire. They end up burning it. And after Peter leaves, Anna calls Valentine and basically tell him, yeah, we've turned a blind eye to Peter for far too long. She was like, it's time we put a stop to him. I said, thank you, Anna. It's about freaking time. Are you really about to open up your eyes and stop this madness? Like, I hope she got a copy of that document. I hope she do. I hope that wasn't her only copy. But if Anna's serious about taking Peter down and stopping him, I hope she is. Because she lost all my respect. It's like, what are you doing? This is not the Anna I know. You just letting this boy get away with so much. So I'm happy that, hopefully Anna has opened her eyes and saw the error of her ways. I hope so. Time will tell, but one could hope. So when Obrecht was sneaking around Maxie and Peter's apartment, she knocked the mail on the floor and picked it up. I said, Obrecht, get that letter. And she ignored it at first, too. She totally ignored that mail. And she thought that whatever evidence was around, he must have had it hidden. But then she saw the will, she opened it and found the USB. And she started watching the video that Alex left. I said, thank you, Obrecht. You found the smoking gun. That's what I needed you to do. And she found it. She watched it. I said, thank you. God, thank you. Um, so she heard Maxie and Britt in the hallway and stuff. So she tried to go hide or whatever. And Maxie came in looking for Peter or whatever. He wasn't there. So Britt sent Maxie off to go get some rest. And she, got Obrecht the hell out of the apartment. I love Obrecht and Britt working together. And then, of course, Peter shows up. And Maxie's all happy to see Peter. Maxie, I really hope when the truth comes out that she does a better job at picking her next man. Like, I really do. Don't get me wrong, it's not like she always picked bad guys, but quite a few of them were just horrible. The two, of course, that she picked that were good, in my opinion, were Nathan and Spinelli, of course. The rest, you could just pack them the hell up. So anyway, Robert met up with Jason at Perks or whatever, and Robert, he always got to get a new ally. So he was just reminding Jason, he was like, I understand you dealing with a lot with the business and all this, that, and the third, but Robert made it clear. He said, don't forget about Peter. Like, we're supposed to be taking him down. And Jason made it very clear. He was like, oh, nah, I ain't forget about Peter. Not at all. I mean, Robert should know better. Jason forgetting about Peter? Jason doesn't forget about nothing and no one. Yeah, his hands have been full lately, but he definitely hasn't forgot about Mr. Peter. And, at some point, maybe Jason's going to be the one to take Peter ass out. You never know. Who knows how that's going to go. But overall, I enjoyed this episode. I did. This was a pretty good one. I agree with a lot of y'all in the comments. I'm enjoying the new sets as well. I think the new sets are pretty nice. But yeah, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode, and my social medias will all be in the description box. So definitely check that out. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram, and I will see you all later. Hope you all have a great day, the great rest of your day. See you all later. Peace.